Hey, howdy. Well, today's the day. We're rounding out Hades today, baby. And then we're moving on to other bigger and better RPGs. Better question mark. I guess we'll have to see when we get to Yick whether or not I stand by that statement. Um, so we move on to the end game, and I feel like, true to the spirit of this, let's go with my favorites. Let's go with Terry. Let's go with Shocklord, and let's go with Jack. I don't have to worry about Marty Mountain. I've made my peace with everything. And now I just get to coast and enjoy the endgame. How long is Sticky going to last, I wonder? Oh, Jack does not have his cards equipped. Oops. I guess I do Magic Hat and see what happens. God, this animation takes so long now. I guess it would have been shorter if I hadn't blinded him, huh? No, no, don't kill Jack! No! You know what, I'm keeping Jack around because he's adorable. I'm not keeping Jack around because he's particularly... Well, he's still pretty damn good. He just doesn't have the cards equipped right now. I forgot I unequipped everyone's stuff before I started the Marty Mountain sequence. Yeah, he's completely naked. Oops. Hang on. Let me go. Let me find the stuff. There you are. There we go. Yeah, everything is all accounted for. Like I said, I don't really want to do Satan. Because I feel like Satan is the kind of fight where it's either a massive struggle to not lose all of your party members in one fight, or you just unlock him with pissed and confusion, and it's not really a fair fight. So I personally don't find the fight to be that entertaining. I mean, it's scary, don't get me wrong, but without party members like Harvey and Nerd, the fight is really scary, and I'd say almost, I don't want to say it's unbeatable without Joy, but it's definitely very difficult without Joy. And then if you either use Joy or use any party member that has a stun move, the fight is completely... The fight is piss easy, frankly. He just has a ton of health. The music is not nearly as fitting here. I'm sorry, Tardy. Things just didn't work out. What did you just club me with? You have a fan. Oh, right, I forgot. You leave the bike behind, too, so this might take a second. May as well gather up the bottles. This entire scene is so, like, the Marty Mountain section has changed like the context of the scene so much. In more ways than one, frankly, because obviously you get more insight into, well, frankly, the kind of person that Marty is. And the kind of torment that he subjected Brad and Lisa to beyond the obvious. But by the same token, it is a little interesting to see him acting as a genuine father to Buddy. I have to wonder if he is truly changed for the better or not. It's really hard to tell. Because he said that he's changed, but I have trouble believing him. Granted, everything that we've seen has been through the veil of Brad's perceptions. But I have to wonder how much of that is him being clouded with rage and how much of that is, well, the truth. May as well. Well, there is one thing we can use as a boat. Also, am I, like, not wearing... No, I am wearing the best in stock stuff. It's just that Marty hurt like hell. This is another part of the game that really gets you thinking. Because we hear it echoed in the conversation with Terry, and it's echoed again. Well, spoilers. It's echoed again at the end at the very end of the game of, is he doing the right thing chasing Buddy even still? He's caused her so much grief and trauma, and so many terrible things have happened to her because of him. So, is it best to just hang up the hat and live the closest semblance of a happy life in Olathe, instead of chasing after her? It's hard to tell. I would prefer it if this withdrawal wore off relatively quickly. I always found it kind of interesting that right after that is a little fall here. Notice that I took no fall damage. I also am about to get enough diesel firebombs to start a war with, so... If there was any fear of being potentially underleveled for this part of the game, those firebombs assuage your fears pretty easily, because those things pack a punch. Really? Withdrawal again? Okay. I'm gonna be mostly throwing firebombs, so it's not that big of a deal. Something I don't think I brought up until this point is the soundtrack of this game is very good. Because the story goes, I don't know how accurate this is. This is just what I remember hearing. This entire soundtrack was made by Dingaling using a trial version of FL Studio. Now, I believe that's true for the first and for Painful. For Joyful, he actually, well, at that point, he had the money to actually use real software. But it's good. For the tools that he had to work with, this is very good. And I mean, there's that old saying that only a bad craftsman blames his tools. Sort of like, it's the same way as how, one of the tracks that's used in Deltarune Chapter 2, I think it's... Oh, not in the city. What is it called? It's just the theme when you're walking around the city uses Mario Paint as part of like its orchestration. Stuff like that, and like how what else comes to mind? How so many earlier artists made such beautiful work out of literally just MIDI. MIDI with just piano. You can do some crazy things with some super simple tools. All right, it's time to commence the end game. Oh God, Terry is the one that gets the most lines. This is going to hurt. I just walked right into the end game with the 3 most depressing characters to have in the situation, huh? Great. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even use action commands anymore. How long is this going to take, I wonder? Of course Terry is the first one to go. Man, the dropkick does nothing. I guess I am still withdrawn, though. Alright, it's firebomb time. I appreciate that not stunning me. I was very worried about that being a paralysis move. That would have killed me. Finally off withdrawal. Now I get to actually play the game. Big ant vibrates with rage. The meme I've always seen with this fight is that Clint Moss is one of the only characters here that does not freak the hell out in this later part. So everyone else is like scared or doesn't know what to do, and then it just says Clint Moss vibrates with rage. I love the moving background here. Yeah, if those Buster Punches are any indication, along with the Master Armstrong bit, you might be able to guess who this person is. Does Dropkick do more right now? Nah, it's not worth it. Also, the irony of throwing bottles at your son, at Brad throwing bottles at his son, just like Marty did to Brad, is not lost on me. It makes this fight already depressing, and it was already depressing before, and it just makes it hurt more. Fun fact that's actually, I mean, it's no longer viewable now. I wonder if it'll show up. I guess it kinda does. After the fight, Rando drops nothing except for a single karate belt. Which, yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Oops. Press the Windows key by accident. Kinda ruin the moment. But yeah. That was Lisa the Painful RPG. This is... I don't want to accidentally give the same speech that I gave at the end of Super Paper Mario shot for shot, but this isn't a perfect game. It definitely has its flaws. I definitely like it more than Super Paper Mario. At least like replaying it without the veil of childhood nostalgia. But man, this game is good at making you empathize with characters. And to my understanding, it's not even from like the story of horrible trauma and abuse and drug abuse. It doesn't even come from a personal place. Like presumably, Austin Jorgensen's on good terms with his father. And I mean, he's not a drug addict. He's not a drug addict, in case that wasn't obvious. He just had a story to tell. And damn did he do a good job at it. Because this game had the potential, with how many racy and depressing and gruesome themes that it had the potential to sully its themes, like Newgrounds style. To just have these themes in the game of like, yeah, isn't it so epic and cool and edgy when drugs and violence? But it just wasn't like that. For how goofy this game was, when it came right down to it, it took its central themes very seriously. And it handled these questions in a very good and very mature way. Now, do these benefits carry over into Joyful? I'd say kinda. Joyful is definitely a step down, but it does feel like one of those things where Dingaling didn't fully expect to reach that far in the Kickstarter, and then the game blew up. So, oh shit, right, I forgot about that. It credits H-Bomber Guy and Video Game Donkey, because both of them made videos about Lisa and are part of the reason why Lisa got as crazy popular as it did. I've not actually seen H-Bomber Guy's video, but fun story, I saw Donkey's video about Lisa after I had already played the game, which was very funny, because I knew exactly the kind of stunt that he was pulling. Because if those of you who haven't seen the Donkey's video on Lisa, it's hilarious. And he conveniently leaves out all of the heartbreaking and gut-wrenching moments. He does it expertly. Not entirely sure how I feel about that last line, but it definitely adds some interesting context. Yeah, we made it. We're now officially at the end of the playthrough of Lisa the Painful RPG. Next up on the docket will be the Witch's House, which I've actually never played before. But it seems like it's a kind of similar situation as Ib or Mad Father, where it's a RPG Maker game without any actual RPG elements, and it's more of like a puzzle game with story elements. So that should be fun. I've heard it's a good game. But I guess till then, that's all I got. Thanks so much for watching.